I request all the dignitaries to grace the stage with their presence. Thank you. Esteemed guests, speakers, and enthusiastic participants, it is with immense gratification that I welcome you all to this momentous occasion, the International Conference on Management Research, Sahrdaya-SIMS 2024, organized by Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies, SIMS. Today marks a significant milestone for our esteemed community as we convene some of the most brilliant minds in the field of management to engage in a vibrant exchange of ideas, experiences, and explorations concerning the ever-evolving dynamics of management practices. The theme, Management Theory and Practice in the Post-Pandemic World, holds unparalleled significance as we navigate the intricate complexities that arose from the recent global crisis that reshaped management landscapes worldwide. The pandemic fundamentally altered the operational DNA of organizations, and it is through collaborative platforms like this one that we can collectively forge innovative strategies to not just survive but thrive in this unprecedented era. I am Anita Sudhir, second semester MBA student, the event hostess of ICMRS 2024, and I am filled with immense joy to serve as your guide throughout this enriching experience. Our meticulously curated program promises a captivating array of insightful presentations, stimulating discussions, and invaluable opportunities to forge new connections and expand your professional network. As we embark on this odyssey of learning and discovery, allow us to commence our proceedings with a moment of reflection and seek blessings for a truly successful and inspiring event. Prayer offers us solace, guidance, and a platform to express our profound gratitude. Let us now extend a warm welcome to the SIMS choir who will grace us with a beautiful invocation.
Down on my knees, singing, surrender you. I need you, Lord, as you draw me in, desperate for you. Desperate for you, I surrender. Touch my soul, as mercy grace unfold. I have gathered, I have gathered. With outstretched hand, I know you hear my cry. Speak to me now. Speak to me now. I surrender. I surrender. I wanna know you. I wanna know you. I surrender. I surrender. I wanna know
With heartfelt appreciation, I thank you for that soul-stirring invocation. It is with tremendous pleasure that I invite Reverend Father Dr. Jinojoni Malakar, Executive Director, Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies, to deliver the welcome address and officially commence our esteemed conference, ISMRS 2024.
Most respected Chief Guest of the Day, Mr. George Thomas, Executive Vice President of ISAF Small Financing Bank, Dr. Justine Paul, Co-Chair of International Conference on Management Research, Sahrdaya-SIMS, Dr. Clement Sudhagar, Dean of School of Management, Karunya Deemed to be University, Dr. Binoy Thomas, Coordinator of ICMRS 24, Dr. Dhanya Alex, Director of Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies, all dignitaries present today in this auditorium, especially the recipients of PV August Master Award, dear faculty and students and other eminent guests from the world of academia and industry. A pleasant good morning. Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies started its journey in 2016 and we are almost closing the 8th year. In the world of academia, of course, Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies is a small baby attempting to make its first steps. But of course, God is so gracious and God has allowed this institute to make some wonders, and ICMR is one of them. This is the first international conference that Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies is organizing, and it is very remarkable to say we have received nearly 8 to 60 abstract submissions for this international conference. Putting it through a selection process, we have selected nearly 200 abstracts for the presentation, and we have received 170 registrations, and in today and tomorrow there are more than 150 paper presentations happening offline and online. For any researcher connected with academia, connected with industry, it is a proud field for every researcher to present and discuss their research. It's completely their sweat and blood, or very artistically we say they are the babies of research scholars. And research is an important lifestyle for any human being. If we are not ready to research in life, as well as in industry, as well as in academia, or let it be any platform or any domain, if we are not allowing ourselves to research on many things, we won't be upgrading ourselves, we won't be keeping ourselves relevant to the world. So on those aspects, we have eminent guests on the stage who are doing it on daily basis, minute by minute, second by second. Mr. George Thomas, currently serving as the Executive Vice President of ISAF, has humbly accepted our invitation to be the chief guest of the day. And when I talk about Mr. George Thomas, he was for many years he was with agricultural department, connected with farmers and rural areas. Then he found his passion to scale up that his career associating with ISAF, which is a small financing bank which started actually as an NGO for the betterment of the people at rural areas, and their vision and mission is amazingly acceptable for our country, and that's the reason now ISAF is going for a pan-India expansion, having more than 700 branches. Dear George sir, on behalf of all esteemed guests gathered here for this ICMRS, I welcome you to this auspicious gathering. Dr. Justin Paul, a member of our academic council, a great visionary, researcher, publisher, has got many titles by the time. And for the information of the audience, he is very much from our place, which is again an ordinary village, Avittapalli. That place is 5 kilometers away from our institute. Having many degrees in life, PhDs, and serving many universities on different roles, and currently the chief editor of International Journal of Consumer Studies. Very recently, he took charge as the provost of a very reputed university in India, where situated in Mumbai, NIIMS. And the kind of journey of what Dr. Justin Paul is having should inspire many of the young bloods or young minds. We all start, and the beginning is always very small. But if you are passionate about what you are doing, the career will be very, very promising. And Dr. Justin Paul is the best example for that. On behalf of everybody here, I welcome Dr. Justin Paul to this gathering. Dr. Clement Sudhakar, currently serving as the Dean of School of Management, Karunya Dean to be University. We are very happy and proud to say that Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies has a professional collaboration with Karunya University in terms of research. Many of our faculty members are co-guides for the research and development of research scholars registered with Karunya University. And he is serving that institution for the last 25 years. And he is another example for everybody, especially for the young crowd, how long you can stick with an organization. 25 years, long years with Karunya University. He started there as an assistant professor, now serving as a Dean of Studies. And for one or other reason, in industry today, we have a tendency to jump from one job to another job in 6 months' time or in 1 month or 1 year time. And he is actually giving us that message that we should be very committed to the kind of job we are doing and also to the organization we are associated with. With all good examples and messages, I welcome Dr. Clement Sudhakar to this inaugural meeting. Dr. Binoy Thomas, Assistant Professor of Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies. He is the coordinator of ICMRS 24, and I said this is the first time we are organizing an international conference, and the numbers, the participation, the kind of academic rigor that we are going to see in the next 2 days would be really, really amazing. And the man behind that energy and enthusiasm is none other than Dr. Binoy Thomas. He is a very committed teacher, a true friend to all the students and faculty members here. On behalf of Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies and all the dignitaries gathered here, I welcome you, dear Dr. Binoy Thomas, to this inaugural gathering. Our director, Dr. Dhanya Alex. For the last 8 years, if I can split, it's like the first lab and the second lab. Dr. Dhanya Alex took charge as the director in 2023. And I strongly believe my students and faculty colleagues would agree with me. We see a significant change in the leadership and the kind of activities we are doing, the kind of vision we are carrying. And the power behind is Dr. Dhanya Alex. It is this particular conference actually visualized by Dr. Dhanya Alex and beautifully implemented and successfully taking forward. Today, when we gather for this inaugural function, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome Dr. Danya Alex to this inaugural meeting. I also welcome representatives of media, the recipients of Mr. P.V. Paulus Master Award, and the family members of Dr. Justin Paul, all the participants who have traveled from different states, attending this conference offline and online, and we have many participants from outside India. And I am happy to say that it's truly an international conference. We have many participants from outside India and many resources from outside India. And I believe all the participants will definitely benefit out of this 2 days conference, where you will meet many people, you will interact with many people, and you will be definitely enriched with many other research areas and points. I welcome all the research participants and students and faculty colleagues and everybody to this attending this inaugural session online to this great initiative called the International Conference on Management Research, Sahrdaya-SIMS. I welcome you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Zeno, for your gracious welcome, and I extend a heartfelt welcome to you as well. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the highly anticipated moment has arrived. It is with immense pride that we officially launch the International Conference on Management Research, Sahrdaya-SIMS 2024. To commemorate this momentous occasion and introduce our distinguished guests of honor, I have the pleasure of welcoming to the dais the esteemed Father Dr. Binoy Thomas, our highly respected professor and research coordinator at SIMS. Dr. Binoy Thomas has been instrumental in orchestrating this event, and his dedication to advancing management research is truly commendable.
Good morning, esteemed guests, respected academicians, researchers, and my dear students. It's my absolute pleasure to officially launch the International Conference on Management Research at the Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies, formerly known as ICMRS, that is a full form of ICMRS 2024, International Conference on Management Research at the Sahrdaya-SIMS. So let me reflect on the profound significance of this conference. ICMRS 2024 emerges as a vital platform, not just as a gathering, rather a convergence of brilliant and innovative minds. The theme of this inauguration season of ICMRS 2024 is Management Theory and Practice in the Post-Pandemic World. There are 6 tracks for this conference, spanning finance, marketing, human resources management, organizational behavior, operations, and data analytics. As our executive director mentioned, 170 papers will be presented these 2 days. Now, after this program, 5 simultaneous sessions will be going on, 2 offline and 3 online. Such a way, 7 sessions will be there, totally 35 sessions, and 170 papers will be presented in the first season of the ICMRS conference. So without much delay, I officially launched the International Conference on the Management Research at 2024. Now it is my distinct honor to introduce our chief guest. First, our George Thomas Sir. Mr. George Thomas Sir is currently serving as the Executive Vice President of the Corporate Services at ESOP Bank in Thrissur. Prior to this role, he demonstrated exceptional leadership as the Executive Director of ESOP Microfinance and Investment Private Limited for last 9 years. His extensive career spans 37 years. He includes significant contribution to various sectors such as agriculture, rural development, banking, human resource development, and administration. His journey began as an Director of Agriculture for the Government of Kerala, followed by a key role as the Program Officer at the Indian Science Institute in Delhi. Mr. George Thomas, his academic achievements are equally remarkable. He holds postgraduate degree in environmental sciences and ecology, and also a postgraduate diploma in human resources, cooperation, and rural development. Furthermore, he has completed prestigious leadership program at Harvard Business School, USA. Throughout his career, Mr. Thomas has actively participated and presented papers in various national and international conferences. We are indeed fortunate to have such a distinguished and multifaceted personality, Mr. George Thomas. Dr. Clement Sudhakar. It's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Clement Sudhakar at present. Dr. Clement Sudhakar is the Dean and Professor of Karunia School of Management, Karunia Deemed University, Coimbatore. His academic journey is marked by distinguished achievements. He earned his PhD from Bharathidasan University in 2008 and his MBA from Bharathiar University in 1992, where he graduated MBA as the first rank holder. With a profound passion for education and research, Dr. Clement Sudhakar has made significant contributions in the field of marketing, management, product and brand strategies, sales and channel management. He is an active member in several professional bodies, including Institute of Directors and the American Marketing Association. I'm very happy to see, on a personal note, Dr. Clement Sudhakar holds a special role in my birth and career. He conducted the group discussion and personal interview for my MBA admission in Karunia exactly the same month, exactly 20 years ago in 2004. And later he became my professor in marketing. His guidance and teaching has been instrumental in shaping my professional path, so much so that I continue to teach a specialization paper for the last 4 years in marketing, even though my PhD is in economics and finance. So we are incredibly fortunate to have Dr. Clement Sudhakar. Dr. Justin Paul, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce our esteemed chief guest for ICMRS 2024 conference, Dr. Justin Paul. He is a distinguished academician and top 1% researchers ever in the world itself, and a renowned leader in the field of management and business studies. Now, currently, he serves as the Pro Vice Chancellor of the NMIMS University in Mumbai and also the Dean of the School of Business Management. In addition to his role as the Pro Vice Chancellor, he is also serving as the Professor of University of Puerto Rico, USA. As you know, we have already congratulated when Dr. Justin Paul achieved his second doctorate from United Kingdom. In addition, Dr. Justin Paul is the chief editor of the International Journal of Consumer Studies. As you know, its impact factor now it is about 10. Under his editorial stewardship, the journal has flourished as a leading publication in the field with impact factor about 10 in the management stream. Dr. Justin Paul's extensive contribution to academia and research and his impactful research have earned him a revered place in the global academic and research community. We are privileged to have Dr. Justin Paul with us today to share his insights and wisdom. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Binal Thomas. Kindly return to your seat. As we continue with our opening ceremony, we now turn to a timeless tradition, the lamp lighting ceremony, a profound symbol of wisdom and enlightenment. This act signifies the dispelling of darkness and the illumination of knowledge and truth. It is with utmost respect that I invite our esteemed guests of honor and all the dignitaries on the dais for this meaningful ritual of lighting the lamp. Our deepest gratitude to our distinguished guests and dignitaries for lighting the lamp and illuminating the path of knowledge for ICMRS 2024. The moment has arrived for the inaugural address, a cornerstone of our gathering today. We are truly privileged to have with us an individual whose profound insights and visionary leadership have significantly impacted the industry. It is with immense honor that we welcome Mr. George Thomas, the esteemed Executive Vice President of ISAF, to deliver this address. His unparalleled wisdom and extensive experience promise to set an exceptional tone for ICMRS. Please extend a warm welcome to Mr. George Thomas.
Executive Director of Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies, Dr. Gina Johnny, coordinator of this great event, Dr. Binoy Thomas, Assistant Professor, guest of honor of speech, Dr. J. Clement Sudhakar, Professor and Dean, School of Management, Columbia University, keynote speaker, Dr. Justin Paul, Vice Chancellor and Dean, NIMS, Mumbai, Dr. Danya Alex, representatives from different academic institutions, researchers, teachers, recipients of today's Social Work Award, my dear students. It's a great honor and pleasure for me also to participate this great event of International Conference of Management Research conducted by Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies. First of all, let me appreciate and congratulate the Institute for conducting such a beautiful program. The theme taken for this day is also very, very important and very, very relevant. Management, theory and practice in the post-pandemic world. Innovation and sustainability. I'm not venturing to talk anything on theoretical understanding or academic presentations. What I am presenting or narrating here is what we have as a bank experienced during this pandemic period, and after the pandemic, what kind of changes happened in the organizations. Then also, as far as leadership is also concerned, what are some of the changes which has emerged out of this great unwanted pandemic COVID-19. As all of us know, that pandemic caused a lot of losses, especially with regard to lives, irrespective of caste, creed, geography. I think it has crowded a lot of lives. As far as employment is concerned, this is one of the things which is severely affected most of the financial institutions, including banks. Because once the livelihood has been thrashed, very difficult to repay the EMIs, especially those who have taken small loans. So there are a lot of economic repercussions we could find there. Social, we know that there are a lot of isolations, so that also has created a lot of issues in the society. In the family, you know that recently I visited one of my niece's child, actually who was born during this COVID, and he never heard any cry, he never seen any vehicle outside. So when something comes against all those things, he always, most of the time he used to cry. Even academy also faced a lot of challenges because some of the organizations were reluctant to take students, those who have completed their maybe studies during this period. So there were a lot of losses from that way. But at the same time, this also has created a lot of opportunities. if I talk about specific to banks or the financial institutions, one of the good things which happened during this time is emergence of hybrid models. In banking scenario or a banking history, you never heard that people can work from home or a remote place. Whatever you have seen in the banking sector was, I do not know about outside India, but most of Indian banks were functioning in the brick and mortar kind of situations. So from that, we had to think about how we can allot work outside the branches or in their homes or the remote places. So that has really created. So purely you cannot also have like IT companies, you cannot have an exclusive work from home scenario or a practice. So we need to adopt a hybrid between remote and in office. So that was a very good blend. So that really happened. Now we know that we were always thinking about the physical, now physical and virtual. Now I know that this conference itself, because of pandemic only, many people outside this conference room also could attend this program. So this is one of good, opportunity or the positive of this pandemic. Then financial institutions were always working in rigid atmosphere. Now you can see that a lot of flexibility have come. So in fact, there were a lot of marriage or wedding took place in between these two. That has given a lot of birth to a hybrid models. Second would be the digital innovations happened. Because we had to think about some solution for giving maybe a doorstep delivery to the financial assistance, maybe work from home, and an employees who is working from the remote area with the VPN. So this is all enabled us to think about having some digital solutions on those things. Virtual meetings, we know that during that time and even now become a very common. Operational efficiency is another aspect. And because of this pandemic, now we have reduced, we were using almost 60 papers, A4 sheet papers for a loan. Now it is, everything become paperless. So you can imagine the kind of, we have got around 40,000 crores of portfolio and 20,000 crores of loan. So you can imagine how much we could reduce to that. So operational efficiency has come down, increased, and these carbon emissions have been reduced remarkably. A lot of good things happened with regard to digital customer services also. CRM become very, very efficient. And almost every customer complaints were resolved with that regard. With regard to the employees, if you come, we could also introduce a self-learning platform. Initially, I don't know about the academics, but wherever the organization, one of the greatest issue is that whenever you ask for sending somebody from some department to attend some training programs, there were a lot of reluctance from the HODs. But through this self-learning system, what we did is we created an e-learning platform. So we have already uploaded around the 70 topics. And at any point of time within, if somebody would like to declare their probation within 6 months, they have to clear 7 papers out of the 70. So they can choose their own time for this. So that become, instead of a pushing kind of a training, we could also create a pulling kind of a training so that people used to opt for that. That is one advantage. And we call it a e-Shiksha learning. And we also had a tie-up with the LinkedIn. LinkedIn has got a lot of good topics. I think the academics also can think about having a relationship with this. They have uploaded around 500 topics and almost 200 topics with related to finance. So this option also given to the employees so that they can have a self-learning on these things. So that way, a self-learning platform also could be established. Another aspect is well-being of the employees. People were not very keen on the mental health of employees. But when they started working from home, and some of those people were isolated, even in home, there were a lot of stress because they have to fulfill some of the business targets. At the same time, they have to take care of the home, children, everything. When they are in home, there is too much of expectation from the family. So this is one area we could also focus. During those days, we have opened a counseling, tie up with many counselors so that any point of time, employees can get a real good counseling on their career as well as their family. Another aspect I just want to share is the shift in customer service. Customers used to come to branches, but most of the customers, I think, even we consider here, even the old senior citizens, everybody now would like to pay through the Google Pay or UPI Pay. Nobody keep a cash. So that way, a lot of good services have been given to customers. Many of the customer grievances also redressed through this. One of the key aspects, because of combining all these things, the thrust on sustainability has emerged. Even from the beginning, Isaac Bank is emerged out of an NGO. So even the DNA of our organization is the social commitment or the social return on investment. So that way, it was very easy for educating or creating awareness about the sustainability among the staff as well as among the customers. So we always concentrate on triple P, like people, planet, and prosperity. In general management also, there were a lot of good opportunities and positives happened. One of the major thing which I noticed is the remote leadership skill of employees. Now a manager should manage both virtual as well as in office. He should manage productivity as well as prioritizing some of his schemes. That way we have seen that this remote leadership has really emerged due to this. Communication, those who were not aware of having a sharing or creating a communication or a PPT, they started learning about it. Different platforms like Microsoft or Zoom, they accustomed to do all those things. Another aspect with the general management is the employee autonomy, because organizations started believing on people, because somebody who is working from the home, they believe and they trust that they will deliver. Through that, a lot of good self-group concept, teamwork also has emerged. Operational efficiency is another aspect. Operational efficiency, if you see in Isaac Bank also from the recruitment till the separation, everything is highly systemized. No need of any interviewer may be requiring only for 5 minutes. Before that, everything is managed by the system. We have a software called Sapika. So all the questions typical questions we used to ask, understanding psychometric measurement of employees, everything can be really understood through this system. So that way, that is another great aspect of operational efficiency. Better performance management system, initially we were thinking about how time is used. From that time uses to result, how emerged. Efficiency to effectiveness. Output-based evaluations. This is all come because of these pandemic situations. When I share these all good opportunities and positives, there are a lot of challenges. One of the biggest challenge which we faced is the erosion of work culture. As I said, this bank is emerged out of a social commitment to the nation or people. So a culture is developed definitely by individuals. When individuals come together as a team, that cohesiveness of individual create a culture in the organization. This pandemic period, that culture, unless and until, I think, Junior father was asking the same question. How you keep up this commitment, even you become a corporate? That is big challenge. During this period, there were all possibility of eroding that culture unless and until you are very consciously take some proactive steps. There is all possibility of erosion. Second challenge was life office. So that has also created little issues. Communication challenges, even though we have innovated a lot of things in this regard, even something too much dependability in tech or technology was also created. Cyber threat was another. I mean, during this time, you know that most of the attackers were very free of innovating many things on how to do a cyber attack. So you can see phishing and other aspect has increased remarkably during this period. So that way, it has also got a lot of setbacks. If I tell in capsule, what are the learnings? One is always we can think of having hybrid model. I don't believe in any static model, whether it is technology, whether it is physical, whether it is virtual, whether it is digital. In Indian context, in our work culture, hybrid will always work because of my background in agriculture, I have seen hybrid varieties have already created a lot of revolutions. So always we can think of having hybrid model. Second learning is that human emotions are very, very important. Human emotions are very, very important. We cannot consider them just as a machine. They have got their own emotions. So it is always an organization should take care of those things. Third would be a strengthening of sustainability. Now we have a ESG policy in place, sustainable banking. I don't think any other bank has got a sustainable banking division. We have got a sustainable banking division even before the pandemic. So sustainability is something we should seriously think about, especially sustainable banking. So these are some of the learnings I think which may definitely take us for further leap in our performance as well as in business. So thank you so much. Let me also take this opportunity as I have been given the responsibility of inaugurating this program with the permission of all the respected dignitaries in dais and all the participants. Let me take this opportunity to officially inaugurate this international conference on management and research. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. George Thomas, for your inspiring words and for officially inaugurating ICMRS 2024. Moving on to the next segment of our program, we have the pleasure of hearing a special address from a distinguished guest. It is with great privilege that I invite Dr. Clement Sudhakar, the esteemed Professor and Dean of the School of Management at Kairounia University. Dr. Clement, a trailblazing missionary leader, has significantly enriched the field of management education with his insightful perspectives. His presence here today adds immense value to ICMRS.
Thank you for that. Pleasant morning to all of you. The weather is pleasant. It's more like Sims Park, Kono. Thank you, Sims, for this mega event. Sir has talked about a hybrid model. The kind of attire I'm wearing is hybrid. Indian jackets inside and the Western jackets outside. Of course, I learned it from one of our German professor who visited Caribbean last month and conducted 1 month program. I thank him for this cue. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Mr. George Thomas, Dr. Justin Paul. I deem it as a great honor to share the dais with such a giant. Father Dr. Gino, Father Dr. Benoit. You come of age, Father Professor. Though the age is not explicitly evident, I am so proud of you. And Dr. Danny Alex, glad to note that the search the school is making towards the assuming of leadership of this institute. And my dear friends, I think many of friends are available online watching this inaugural ceremony. Well, I prepared a different topic, but I'm just prompted to share or make this exhortation or a short call. Uh, uh, Research for nation building. With due respect to all the researchers in India who have been making a lot of inroads, but it's time for us to rise up and start contributing to the nation building. And I think we have the right institutes like SIMS and Karunya. We always talk about building leaders for the nations. I think that's relevant. It's time for the researchers to focus on nation building, taking the cue from Stanford Graduate Business School, which never encourages the research when it doesn't have a tripartite agreement among academia, industry leaders, and the policymaker. They never encourage the research, and they boldly say that ideas made to matter. Ideas made to matter. And taking a leaf of the book of Harvard Business School, they set up a behavioral lab, a groundbreaking behavioral lab that changed the entire scenario of the country, and it impacted hugely on three fronts: economics, commerce, and business, leave alone the nation at large. Indeed, each and every one of us is a thought leader. The moment we start researching in, say, management and business realm, each one of us is a thought leader. And it's time for us to bat for even international peace. You may say that it's not my cup of tea, but why not? It's best to shoot it for us, the management thought leaders. Say, starting from Russia, Ukraine, you know what's happening around the world. Israel, Palestine, Iran, the fatal accident of Iran's president, all has some link towards geopolitics. Yes, we are the people who are best suited to research and write about it and contribute towards international peace. We can, put forth our ideas better. We can use time series data using models like ARIMA, NGASH, and so on, and present the data which is palatable to the policymakers. Definitely they will understand. Can't we do that? I think we are best suited for it. In fact, I did one research and prepared one monograph. If any journal is not accepting it, I would publish it as a book. Fine. Coming back to the topic, I have only three short calls, three exhortations. One is BJP. Well, I'm not talking about or rather batting for any political party. You get it wrong. This is BJP. Stands for, it's an acronym, stands for value, justice, and peace. I would also like to add yes, sustainability. Value, justice, peace. Along with peace, I would add parity. And okay, I will stop with that. Parity. I can add prosperity as well. That P. Then sustainability. BJP, yes. We can contribute to all these areas through our research. It's high time that we should start focusing towards it, so that we can get into not only our nation building, we can get into the global, global ecosystem, which would sustain us for the next generation. And second call is that when we do research, we have to shun without these shuns, TIONS. Shun, in simple words, we have to do away. When there are no shuns in our research, traction, is there any grip on our research? The current scenario does or our research, does it have any traction or grip? Prediction, projection, prescription, disruption, and the solution. Right? If you don't have any of this shuns, shuns, you have to shun. You have to do away with our research, starting from traction to disruption to offering a solution. Please check. All the researchers, budding researchers, you have to check whether we have all this. It's time for that. Doing some predictions as well as providing prescriptions for the problems at large. And the third one is more on the self-development or the organization development. Believe me that all these are the output of contemporary research only. Right? I'm not talking from my own head, my own loaf. 7, 8, 9 integration. 7, 8, 9 integration for our personal productivity. 7 hours for self. Right. You can sleep or you can exercise and do whatever you want in that 7 hours. Right. 8 hours for work. 8 hours for work. And more importantly, 9 hours for our family. So it's 7, 8, 9. Self, work, and family. So a lot of research has been happening on work-life balance. This 7, 8, 9 seems to be working. Personally speaking, it works. It works in my life. I'm batting hard for this for my team members as well. Okay. Then productivity research. If you want to achieve productivity research, 2 by 2. You would have heard about the vehicles having 4x4, drive capabilities, 2 by 2. 2 hours every day with 2 members, 1 Indian and 1 foreign member. Just like our Professor Justin Paul, there are so many top researchers across the globe. We should get connected with 1 person across the globe, minimum, per day. I'm talking about on per day basis. You can leave alone the weekends, right? At least 5 days, 2 by 2, 2 hours every day with 2 members. Okay, individually it will work, but more and above that, if you get connected with some minds which goes well with this, like-minded people, 1 Indian, 1 foreigner, our research will get visibility, will gain visibility. I'll just take a couple of examples from industry which would have not attained the success which was projected. One is with Boeing. You heard of Boeing 737. How horribly went wrong. Boeing 737 was a successful product from US. Even today, US only leads it. That's where Iran had a problem, right? All the fleet they had was fully from US. Post 1979, they could not buy any, aircraft from US. That's what led to the fatal accident of their president. Okay, coming back to this Boeing 737 Max 8. There was a new product research which suggested you have to, when you're going for a facelift, you have to go for a ground up development. But one business analyst said this. But they went for a small facelift. For long hauls, they wanted to bring in huge engines which could improve the efficiency and they can fly long hauls. And the rest is history. Horribly went wrong. They met with plenty of accidents. Yes, at times our research, our input may fall in deaf ears, but we should not do it. Boeing 737 Max 8 is one such example. Another example is with our father Vinay. That we have one alumnus sitting at Mercedes-Benz, Stuttgart, Germany. When this particular research was happening, he was only an operations manager. Right? He told the management that the touch screens, the screen size has been on the rise. Screen size has been increasing all the time. As we look at the mobile phone screens, the smartphone screen size increases, the days would come where the touch screen would be the order of the day, and the size of the touch screens also would be so big. That's what he said. He made the trend mapping, he made the trend projections, and also had offered the prescription. But Mercedes-Benz, not only MB, all the three biggies, BMW as well as Audi, all of them didn't listen to it. By the time they came back to this, Chinese made huge inroads. That's a missed opportunity, right? Even now, our alumnus is there. Right now, he is the vice president operations of Mercedes-Benz. So don't bother about. At times, most of the times, our research may not be heard by policymakers, but that should not deter us from sending our reports to such important people. In fact, this is my clarion call as I close. I should thank, or we should thank all our IITs, IIT Madras, IIT Bangalore, and Kolhapur in our area, in our zone. Listening to our encouraging our research, especially from South India. But my clarion call to the editors, including a top editor, general editor this year, and I understand that this evening we are going to have a session with the editors. That's a very thoughtful move. For South Indian researchers, maybe it's our nature that we don't put forth our research output boldly or strongly so that it will be heard at least in the top city, New Delhi. Drawing my own personal, example, I did a research on integration of blockchain in healthcare management. When I presented that research output in New Delhi in a top forum, gave a listening ear. They talked politics, Tamil Nadu politics, right? Just like that they put down. So it's my earnest request in this forum that we should have a special forum for South Indian researchers or a journal, a specific journal, to encourage the research from our own friends fraternity in South India. This is my earnest request, may be taken forward in the right forum. And conclusively, we are already beautiful, but it's time that we have to become bold, right? And make an impactful research at global level and build better tomorrow. Better tomorrow. That's what Kellogg School of Management always talks about. Better tomorrow. Right? Let's be up to it and make it happen at the earliest. Let these 2 days be, starting point and point of influx, so that all things will start happening. We would be heard at the global forum. So thank you very much, and thank you for being a great audience.
Thank you, Dr. Clement. For your invaluable insights, you may please return to your seat. We now arrive at a significant segment of ICMRS, the keynote speech. It is with great respect that I invite Dr. Justin Poole, Provost and Dean, NMIUS Mumbai, Professor at UPS San Juan, USA, and the Chief Editor of International Journal of Consumer Studies. Dr. Justin Poole is renowned for his profound insights and pioneering contributions to research and development in the field of business and management. His expertise and visionary outlook have significantly shaped modern interpretations and practices in our industry.
Respected Executive Vice President of ISAF, Mr. George Thomas, Dr. Clement Sudhakar, Reverend Father Dr. Gino Joni Malakaran, Reverend Father Dr. Binoy Thomas, Director Dr. Denny Alex, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor for me to be here today to deliver this keynote speech as part of the international conference organized by Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies. Conferences are conducted in hybrid format these days, and I'm sure that more than 100 people presenting their research papers using the online channel as part of this conference. And people find it easier to attend conferences using the online channel these days. So a lot of changes have taken place. So we have seen paradigm shift in the way people buy, people live, and people do things daily basis. Once upon a time, we used to buy everything offline. We used to go to shops. We used to go to supermarket. These days, people buy a lot of stuff online. With the pandemic, digital transformation has revolutionized the way we study, the way we work, and the way we do spend our time daily basis. The world is rapidly changing, and the role of business leaders has never been more critical. The challenges, we also face challenges. There are challenges and there are opportunities. Those challenges demand innovative solutions and responsible leadership in organizations. And the path to success is a continuous process. It's a journey. Never put a full stop on your way to succeed, and you have to think big. You have to think global. You have to be optimistic. And in case if you are a student, you have to try to set your goals. If you are a researcher or a professor, you have to motivate your students to undertake their future careers in different platforms, in different publications and populations. I lived outside India for 16 years, 13 years in America and 3 years in Japan. And I've been always done that. I also been visiting UK frequently, European universities, and I also did my second PhD from UK. And based on my global experience, I tried to come out with a framework called 7P framework for international marketing. And I have a co-author, Dr. Eric Maas, who is a professor at Elite Business School, Indiana University currently. And we developed a framework called 7P framework for success in a foreign country, which is useful for companies, those who want to build a multinational enterprise or a big company. It is also useful for each one of you as an individual. So let me talk about this 7P framework as part of my keynote speech today. The 7P framework is based on an equation: performance as a function of 6 other P's. Performance as a function of your potential, performance as a function of your path, performance as a function of your process, performance as a function of your pace, performance as a function of your pattern. And it is also a function of how you manage your problems. So performance is a function of potential, path, process, pace, pattern, and performance is a function of your problems. So let me talk about potential. Performance is a function of potential. The first P is potential. So we all need to perform better. We have to perform better, and there are so many incentives in every field that we are operating. I'll tell you, so in case if you're not aware, you have to be also aware about the opportunities in different fields. Many people think that professors do not get paid. No, you are wrong. I know an assistant professor at IIM Kozhikode earned 1 crore rupees salary and incentives. Last 2 weeks, I've taken up a new position as provost. Provost is a word used for vice chancellor in America. There's no vice chancellor in America, it's only provost. And vice chancellor is a British word. And let me tell you, last 2 weeks at NMIMS University in Bombay, I signed for monetary incentive for research publication to our faculty members. And at least 6 faculty members earned more than 10 lakh rupees just by publications in journals. They are giving monetary incentives for publications like IIMs and Premier Business School. We have a faculty member from MDI here, Dr. Mohida. MDI is perhaps more prestigious than IIM in this country. She has come from Delhi to attend this conference. And MDI professors also earn a lot of incentives in addition to the salary. Not only in industry people get bonus. Bonus is also given to business school professors these days all over the world, even in this country. So there's a lot of incentive to be business school professors as well. And performance is a function of your potential. Carry out a SWOT analysis to understand strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Performance, you can perform better if you understand your strengths and weaknesses and try to decide what to do and what not to do and how to perform. And also look at your opportunities and threats and decide based on opportunities. And the next P is path. Performance is a function of path. Performance is a function of growth path. Performance is a function of your different pathways, which include discovering sources of finance for your growth strategies. This is applicable for companies, this is also applicable for individuals. For example, companies, in order to grow, in order to achieve, suppose let's say you have a small company, Mr. George Thomas Bank is financing a lot of small companies. You have a small company today, you want to take up your business into greater heights, you want to grow as a big company or multinational company, and you need bank loan, you need sources from venture capitalists. Perhaps you might need to raise finance from stock market like Manappuram and V-Guard from Kerala did. They went into capital markets and then they listed their shares in capital market, in stock market, and they raised a lot of money and they have become big companies these days. And so companies need to look at different strategies to find, to discover sources of finance. In the same way, you as an individual, you may not have enough resources to mobilize for your own higher studies, because these days tuition fee in IIMs they charge 15 lakh rupees annual tuition fees. IITs are also charging, so you need to have sources of finance. And some people go to foreign universities and spend 50 lakh rupees tuition fee. So you need to understand how I mobilize my resources and finance and what would be the rate of return. And all these are part of your growth path. And you have to be strategic with reference to your growth path to manage your finance so that you can perform better. And sometimes you have to cut short your expenses. When I was 23, I got an opportunity to go to Sydney, Australia. However, I did not have enough finance at that time because having born as son of high school teachers at that time, high school teachers were not having great salary. These days they have much better salary. And I applied to AICT in New Delhi, and AICT granted me. They had a young research scholarship or young research scholarship for travel abroad for young scholars. I managed to get funding from AICT, and I went to Sydney, Australia when I was 23. And unknowingly, that trip helped me to be more ambitious and to discover the world. And later, I tried to look at opportunities and with gratitude and pride to all who have helped me, including Sahrdaya College, which honored me last time when I came here. I can tell you that I was fortunate with my efforts. I've been able to visit more than 100 countries as of now, and more than 600 universities, including Harvard Business School and MIT. I deliver speeches everywhere these days, and all these came with somebody else financing me or sponsoring my trips. So what I'm trying to say is that if you can work hard with dedication and determination, you can perform better, you will get recognition in industries wherever you work or in companies wherever you work. And the next P is performance is a function of your process. Performance is a function of what processes that you follow that include your curricular and extracurricular activities, your network with successful people, your network with your own classmates, your network with your professors, and so on. All processes that you follow. Then comes pace. Performance is a function of your pace. Even companies, this is very important. For example, somebody's phone is ringing, maybe turn it off. Yeah. So performance is a function of your pace. Pace is nothing but speed at which you do things. If you are a student, pace is the speed at which you study and work. And if you have a company, pace at which you operate and expand. You need to have optimum pace and be a first mover like Uber or Apple or Microsoft. They were all first movers. They have made millions and billions. Try to be a first mover company or first mover individual. And if you cannot be a first mover, try to be a fast mover. So you should drive your car in fourth gear, not in first or second gear, but not in fifth gear too. So that is called pace, optimum speeds. You need to have optimum speed. That is important so that you can perform better. Performance is a function of your pace. And the next P is performance is a function of your pattern. Performance is a function of different patterns that you have in your life. This includes what you read, this includes what you discuss, this includes what seminars you attend and what you learn. This includes what you watch in televisions and whatever other things. This also includes what you think. So, your thought process is shaped by whatever you see, whatever you read, whatever you attend daily basis. That's your pattern. So you will be able to perform better based on your pattern. If you spend a lot of time to watch movies, maybe you can perform better as a movie actor. But if you try to understand based on you have to also develop and you have to decide your pattern based on your strength and weaknesses so that you can perform much better. It's important to do it that way. And performance is also a function of how you manage your problems. The next P is problem. Performance is a function of your problems. Last week, I addressed 750 students attended my university, in the big auditorium, the new batch inauguration. And I tried to deliver my speech, and I talked about, I focused more on how to manage problems. There are two types of problems: expected problems and unexpected problems. Expected problems are your internal problems, and unexpected problems are your external problems. And let's try to understand what are the expected problems. Expected problems, which are internal, that include your financial problems, your mental or psychological problems, your health problems, they are all expected problems. Problems are part and parcel of every organization. Problems are part and parcel of every individual. Organizations die like people also die. In India, the average life expectancy of a male is about 68 years, while the average life expectancy of a Japanese man is about 80 years. And average life expectancy of a small company in this country is about 6 or 7 years. Average life expectancy of a medium-scale company in this country is about 15 years. Average life expectancy of a big company is about 25 years in this country. And average life expectancy of a multinational company is 50 years. Even big companies like Jet Airways, Kingfisher, they all died. So those, you have to understand that problems are part and parcel of every organization and every individual. And you have to also try to prepare a plan for your organization as well as for you as an individual to manage and overcome these problems. There are also unexpected problems. Unexpected problem includes sudden sickness, accidents, COVID-type pandemics, war between countries, political problems, bombing, all those kind of things are unexpected problems. So you should be able to manage expected problems as well as unexpected problems, and you need to have a plan to manage expected problems and unexpected problems, two types of problems. This is very important, and never get disappointed if you face problems. This is also important because sometimes, as a student, I see many students here, or even young researchers. Researchers, if your paper gets rejected, never get disappointed. As a student, if you do not get your dream job, never get disappointed. Look for a better job later, you might get it. And embark on your journey to succeed. You should be able to manage and learn the art and science of managing your problems so that you can embrace every opportunity. Remain curious and try to seek knowledge. And be optimistic, be proactive, and be diplomatic. So today you may be healthy, but tomorrow you do not know whether you will end up, meet with an accident. The other day in Bombay, I arrived in Bombay, I was crossing the road. I'm used to crosswalk in foreign countries. Foreign countries are very developed, most of them, they have crosswalk everywhere. The traffic lights, you wait for traffic lights and you walk. In Bombay, there's no crosswalk. So a motorbike man came from my backside and was crossing the road and he hit me. I fell down. He hit the reach a little bit. And a little bit of skin is gone. I had to take an X-ray, and X-ray fortunately says no problem. So what I'm trying to say is that that was an unexpected problem. All these happens in life, unexpected problems. But you should have a plan to manage expected and unexpected problems. I put a cream the other day because my skin was dry on my face, but that cream was a little bit allergic to my skin, and my skin got more blackened with that cream. So what I'm trying to say, all these are problems. So you also will face all these kind of problems, and plus some other problems. So never get disappointed if you face problems. Okay, problems come from different angles, different type of permutations and combinations. Everybody has problems. When you have wealth, you do not have wealth. When you have wealth, you do not have wealth. So try to keep in mind, everybody has problems and never get disappointed. I repeat, never get disappointed. And I would like to convey two messages. Don't get disappointed if you do not get what you want in your first or second attempts. Be patient, be diplomatic. You will get it in your third or fourth, maybe sometimes fifth attempt. Woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises, and we have promises to keep, and we have miles to go before we all sleep. Miles to go before we all sleep. The first message that I convey is my own, but the second one, I copied from a poet. So, to give respect to them, and I would also like to ensure that you have to try to understand the meaning of the words. We have promises to keep and miles to go before we sleep. Before we sleep simply means before we die. So this verse, this poem, gives us enough insights about the need for working hard and achieving greater heights and transcending horizons in the fields wherever you work, whatever we do, and so that you will have satisfaction and happiness, and you will never get disappointed if you believe in those words. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for this invitation.
Thank you, Dr. Justin Paul, for your insightful and thought-provoking keynote address. You may kindly be seated. Now, to express our sincere appreciation and commemorate your pivotal contribution to ICMRS 2024, we would like to present you with the memento as a token of our love and gratitude. I invite Dr. Jinojoli Malakaran, Executive Director, SIMS, to hand over the memento to the guest of honor, Mr. Jones Thomas. I invite Dr. Binoy Thomas to hand over the memento to the guest of honor, Dr. Justin Paul. I welcome Dr. Danya Alex to hand over the memento to the guest of honor, Dr. Clemens Daha. Thank you. I request all of you to be kindly seated. We now arrive at another segment of our program, the hosting of P.V. Paulos Master Memorial Award 2024 for Best Social Workers, bestowed by Dr. Justin Paul in honor of his late father, P.V. Paulos Master. This prestigious award is to recognize the committed social workers. It honors the individuals who have made exceptional contributions to the field of social work, embodying the spirit of compassion and dedication that defines our community. I'd like to invite Dr. Justin Paul to present the names of the awardees and honor them for their remarkable contributions.
We have the winners of this award, Mr. K. Prasad Mathatur and Mr. Gaurav Parbosh. So this award was initiated 3 years ago in memory of our father. This is to recognize the voluntary contribution of social workers, and we have planned to continue with this award yearly basis. And this time, Mr. K. Prasad and Dr. Kapoor were selected mainly because of the voluntary social service. They both are belonging to the media. They are journalists. At the same time, they are also having a lot of commitment to society. Mr. K. Prasad contributed significantly to help the homeless people. And he, with the help of several corporates, including VGOT, Mathundi, and all, he has been mobilizing financial resources to build houses in the area of Kodagara and Mattur panchayats. And he has very successfully done that, and many people are beneficiaries of those housing schemes as well. Considering all those contributions, the committee selected K. Prasad Mathatur for this award, and Norapan Kampot has been a journalist for television channels as well as newspaper Deepika and Madhyamam, and he also had long innings in North India as well, and both the award recipients are here, and it's an honor to, as well as my brother, Dr. Singapore is also here, so it's an honor for, I would like to thank Sahrdaya College for agreeing to distribute this award as part of this conference as well. Thank you.
Mr. Prasad K. and Mr. Lonpan Kanabur.
So this award consists of Prashasti Patram as well as cash awards of rupees 10,000 for award recipients. Thank you.
Congratulations to Mr. Prasad K. and Mr. Lonapan Karambur for their exemplary service and dedication. Request everyone to be kindly seated. As we approach the conclusion of our momentous inaugural session of ICMRS 2024, we would like to extend our sincere gratitude to all of you for your presence and engagement. This opening session has laid the groundwork for a productive and insightful conference, and a significant part of that success is attributable to Dr. Danya-Alex, Esteemed Director, Sahrdaya Institute of Management Studies. Now, to express her own appreciation and acknowledge the collective effort that made this session possible, I would like to invite Dr. Danya-Alex.
Good morning, everyone. As we wrap up this inaugural session, it's time to shine a spotlight on the pillars of our success with a heartfelt vote of thanks. First and foremost, I extend our deepest gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. George Thomas, Executive Vice President of ISA, for gracing this event with his inspiring presence and insightful words. Thank you, sir. We are also immensely grateful to the co-chair of ICMRS 24 and keynote speaker, Dr. Justin Paul, Provost of NMIMS, for his enlightening keynote address that set the perfect tone for this conference. Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt thanks to Dr. J. Clement Sudhakar, Dean of School of Management, Karnal University, for honoring us as a guest of honor and sharing his valuable insights. Thank you, sir. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the paper presenters for their invaluable contributions to this international conference. Your research, insights, and dedication are what make this event truly enriching and impactful. Thank you for choosing ICMRS 24 to share your knowledge and expertise with us. Now, a word of thanks to the family. A special thanks to our Executive Director for the Gino Johnny Malkaran, whose unwavering support and guidance have been pivotal to the success of this event. Our sincere thanks to the conference coordinator for the Binoy Thomas and joint coordinators Mr. Noel and Ms. Dilna for their meticulous planning and dedication. We are thrilled to partner with Kadambari, the Kodagara-based NGO dedicated to empowering women through sustainable products, aligning our efforts with the inspiring mission for a better future. They are the supplier of a conference kit, adding a touch of social responsibility to our event. A big congratulations to the winners of CSR awards. I would like to express our sincere gratitude to Karnal School of Management, Karnal University, for being the research partner, EBSCO for being the academic partner, and Bank of Baroda for being the industry partner of ICMRS 24. Lastly, I express my profound gratitude to all the teaching and non-teaching staff and our beloved students for their tireless effort in organizing this conference. Your hard work and commitment have made this event a grand success. Thank you all for your presence and participation. Thank you. And before I conclude, there's a small announcement. We are having the sessions. Online sessions are already been started at 10:30. We have the online sessions going on in 3 different classrooms. And we have 2 offline sessions going on in the seminar hall and also in the tutorial room. So after a short tea break, we'll commence the offline sessions. Once again, thanking you all for your presence here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Kindly be seated. To conclude the inaugural ceremony of ICMRS 2024, please rise for the national anthem. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to join the audience for a group photo session. A reminder, following the inaugural session, there will be a tea break. All delegates, participants, staff and students are invited to the SIMS seminar hall on the third floor. Please proceed to the seminar hall to break after the photo session.
Participants, please come forward, join us for that.